Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sluu Hustle. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. Y'all know the drill. Let's get right into this shit, man. Shout out to Funa.
Chicago is known for having heartless killers, but the
Man,
subject of
what?
today's video might just take the cake. In December of 2025, federal prosecutors unwrapped a 26-page indictment accusing a Chicago gang of committing up to 13 murders, attempted murders, robberies, and carjackings. The
Damn.
subject of today's video was the top shooter from that gang
Who is these
and is
niggas?
accused of crimes that are truly heinous, from killing ops, killing innocent females, killing his
Whoa.
own cousin, going on a
Whoa.
GTA-style heist that resulted in multiple murders,
What?
committing a mass shooting. The subject of today's
Hold
video.
hold on. He just unpacked a lot in the first 38 seconds, gang. I know where we're going. Hey, go ahead and like this one now.
Is
Like
a
this
reminder
video
of how
right
truly
now.
heartless some people can be. The subject of today's video is none other than Douwey 4, and today we're going to be telling his story. 4, renamed Naquan Harper, was a gang member / rapper from Chicago, Illinois. He was born on August 25, 2000, and was raised in the south side of the city. He
Okay.
grew up around crime and basically had little chance of becoming something different in life.
Damn near
Both of
like
his older
everybody in
brothers were
Chicago,
gang
huh?
members, so Douwey followed in their footsteps. He jumped into the streets at 12 to 13 years old. He became a member of a
Bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all, bruh. I promise you. Like, if you got kids out here, bruh, you feel me? Between the ages of 11 and 13 are the most prime years, bro, where little niggas start wanting to do shit. They start just wondering about certain shit. They think being bad is cool. They think doing stupid shit is cool, and they just fall into. I'm trying to tell you, bruh.
gang called
I'm
Face
trying
World
to tell you, bruh.
079.
At least
Face
in
World
Chicago.
primarily beefs with a gang called Wooga World, and the two have been in a deadly war with each other for years that's culminated in countless deaths on both sides. Following the death of a close friend, Douwey would place himself right at the front lines of the war.
Damn.
On May 6, 2014, one of Douwey's friends and fellow member of Face World 079 named Juju, named Jawan Porter, was standing with another man in the 7900 block of South Vincennes Avenue when two gunmen walked up and began shooting.
Damn.
Juju was shot multiple times in the body and pronounced dead on the scene at just 18 years old.
Shit.
The man standing with him was shot in the chest and shoulder, but ultimately survived his injuries. Juju was allegedly killed by members of the gang Wooga World, and this incident ignited the multi-year war between them and Face World. Over the next few years, both sides would commit multiple retaliatory murders against each other. Eventually, Douwey would become one of the main shooters for Face World, intent on killing any member of Wooga World he could find.
Hold on.
On
Yo,
March 15,
hold on.
2019,
My homie done talked. Shout out my homie Mike, man. I done heard of him talk about this nigga, Lil Mister. No
a famous
bullshit.
drill rapper and Wooga World member named Little Mister was walking in the 7400 block of South Harvard Avenue when a dark-colored car drove up and someone inside fired shots.
Damn.
Little Mister was shot in the head and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead at just 24 years old.
Shit.
According to the recent Face World 079 federal indictment, a Face World member named Tay, renamed Dante Harper, was the shooter in this murder, and Douwey was the person driving the getaway car.
Damn.
What's even crazier about this is that Little Mister and Douwey were cousins, but that still didn't stop him from participating in his murder. Following this incident,
helped the nigga
Douwey
smoke
would
his cousin.
change roles from being the driver to being the shooter.
Hold on. There's nowhere they trying to say he killed two women, bruh. Nah, hold on.
On July 26,
What's up,
2019, Douwey and two other members of Face World were driving through Wooga World territory when they saw a crowd of people, and they believed some people amongst that crowd were their ops. The crowd was in the 7500 block of South Stewart Avenue when the Face World members drove up in a blue SUV and opened fire. Two innocent women named Chantel Grant, age 26,
bruh.
and Andrea Stoudemire, age 35,
Niggas dead
were
wrong,
shot in the
gang.
chest. They were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where they were pronounced dead.
Niggas is
What's even
dead
more
wrong.
tragic about this is that the two women were mothers and were advocates speaking out against all the senseless violence happening in Chicago. They were
Damn.
members of a group called Mothers Against Senseless Killings, which are a team of moms who put on events.
Yo, what? Come on, fool. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, that might have, bro, this definitely might be the saddest shit I done heard happen when women get killed. Because it's like, they were actually speaking out against violence and they died from senseless violence. That is the saddest shit I've ever heard, bro.
And offer a safe space for kids in the community. According to the federal indictment, Douwey and another Faceworld member named Flup, renamed Keyshawn Wardlow, were the gunmen in this heinous incident.
Damn, bro.
Sadly, Douwey and Faceworld wouldn't end the killing there.
D Rose.
On August 3rd, 2019, a
I feel like
World
there's a whole
member named
bunch of
D
niggas in
Rose,
Chicago with the
renamed
name D
Calvin
Rose.
Say, was outside his home at about 1:30 p.m. in the 7300 block of South Stewart Street when two shooters in a gray vehicle pulled up and shot at him. D Rose was hit in the head and chest and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead less than half an hour later at just 23 years old.
Shit, man.
This
These niggas be
shooting
young
was
as hell,
allegedly in
too, bro.
retaliation for a failed attempt on the lives of Faceworld members by World members the day before. According to the federal indictment, Douwey and a fellow Faceworld 079 member named T. Roy, renamed Tyrone Foy, were the shooters in this incident.
Damn.
As is common in warfare, the bloodshed would swing to both sides, making Douwey and Faceworld even more bloodthirsty. In July of
Yo, this
2020,
shit was
a
just
beloved member of Faceworld
back
079
and back
named
to
Little
back to
Monty
back
was shot and
murders and
killed.
shit.
Members of World were allegedly responsible for his murder. Douwey and Faceworld would waste no time retaliating with deadly violence of their own.
Damn.
On July 14, 2020, just one day after Little Monty's death, a member of World named Donnie,
He look
renamed
old
Donald
as shit,
Weathersby,
though.
was in the 7400 block of South Stewart Avenue when a dark-colored vehicle pulled up and someone inside opened fire, striking him in the head and torso. He was
Fuck.
taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead at just 31 years old. According to the federal indictment, Douwey
old as shit, bro. Go the fuck inside. Take your old ass inside, bro. Hang that shit up, bro. Like, why, bro? You probably got kids and some more shit, bro. You outside with young niggas, you know that's into it with niggas. You on some shit. I ain't scared. And you the nigga that lost your fucking life. Fucking
is believed
crazy.
to be one of the shooters that killed him. Despite getting instant retaliation for their friend Little Monty, Faceworld members weren't satisfied, so they decided to commit a mass shooting at Donnie's funeral just 1 week later.
What?
On July 21st, 2020, Donnie's funeral was held. The
Nah.
funeral was held in the 1000 block of West 79th Street. As a crowd of people were standing outside the funeral home, a black Chevrolet Malibu pulled up and people inside opened fire on the crowd. Members of World were amongst the people in the crowd, so they returned fire. The shooters then fled the scene. Thankfully, no one passed away during this incident. 15 people were shot, 10 women and 5 men. The victims were taken.
Fuck? What the fuck? Them niggas spent on a funeral and hit 15 people. Holy shit. And ain't even catch a hat. That's fucking crazy.
Gunshot wounds.
Hang it up.
According to the federal indictment,
I'm not even
Tay
trying to
Tay
promote
and
violence.
Douwey
Hang it
are
up.
believed to have been the gunmen during this incident. In fact, during an argument on Instagram with a World member, Tay Tay openly admitted to committing the shooting. Sadly, the violence will only continue.
What'd he say?
Tay Tay openly admitted to committing the shooting.
I think that was just him in this wood hitting hard as fuck. Gang, then we had your ass running at the funeral. You fell on your face on my son. Stop tweaking for real. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Sadly, the violence will only continue.
Oh shit.
And Douwey would serve as the driver.
Yo, these
for
niggas be on
heinous
Instagram
murders.
just talking, bruh.
On February 16, 2021, a World member named Blaze, renamed Dantrell Johnson, was in the parking lot of a care.
I ain't even trying to sound like I'm real loud. You know what I mean? I don't even. I'm not from Chicago. I don't got no horse in none of these races. But I can't hold you. It seemed like Faceworld was really smoking these niggas though. Like they was really killing these niggas. I ain't gonna
Scene
hold you.
in the 7500
One,
block of
two at a
South
time,
Lafayette with
funerals,
another
15
person
hit. They
when
they was
gunmen
really
pulled up and
leaving
opened
they fucking
fire.
mark
Blaze
out
was
there.
shot in the head and pronounced dead at the scene. The person that was with him survived their injuries. The shooters then fled the scene. According to the federal indictment, Douwey was the getaway driver for this murder. On April 8th, 2021, a Wogerworld
That nigga
member
love
named
getting behind
Beans,
that
or
wheel.
named Darrell Robertson, was driving on Interstate 57 near Halstead Street when another car pulled up beside him and someone inside shot into his car.
Damn,
Beans was shot multiple times and ended up crashing his car. He was taken in
damn.
critical condition to Christ Medical Center in
Caught him
Oaklawn, where he
driving.
was ultimately pronounced dead at just 24 years old. According to the federal indictment, Tay was the shooter and Douwey was the driver. Eventually,
Yo,
Douwey
I ain't about to lie. If if these niggas ever lived to see the courtroom, cause you know in Chicago niggas be getting up with niggas like a motherfucker. They was probably trying to get these niggas 600 years. Like on my soul, these niggas were really killing everything. Like he had no problem getting behind this same wheel, most likely cutting up while his man hanging out the window doing a dance.
would
What
go
niggas
on
was
a
doing a
movie-like heist
dance
that would
and
end in
doing
his
it well.
untimely death.
I knew it. I knew it. I've
On
never
November
seen this
16,
video, but I knew
2021,
it.
at 9:30 a.m., Douwey and another member of Facewood 079 named Spook walked up to a man raking leaves and demanded his car keys at gunpoint. The
What?
victim handed over the keys to his Lincoln sedan,
My
and
fucking
Douwey and
dog
Spook
bugging.
took off in his car. Around 10:20 a.m., as three armored car guards were loading an ATM at the Bank of America at 83rd Street and Princeton Avenue, Douwey and Spook were joined by two members of the Gang 800 named Fats and Little Twan. The four of them drove to the bank together in the stolen car. Fats, Twan, and Douwey got out of the car, two of them wielding handguns, the third with a long rifle.
Oh
They were
shit.
dressed in black and wearing masks, where they then approached the guards and demanded the cash. They then shot two of the security guards.
Oh
One of the
shit.
guards, LaShonda Hartz, age 47, was shot 6 times, and another, a
Oh, they
46-year-old
did
man, was
this?
shot twice. Both were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center,
I
where
heard about
LaShonda
this shit,
died and
bruh.
her partner was left in critical condition. The third security guard was not
Damn.
struck and was able to return fire, but did not strike the assailants.
What the
Douwey
fuck?
and his crew were unable to get the cash container from the guards,
That's crazy.
but did not strike the assailants. Douwey and his crew were unable to get the cash container from the guards during the attack. They
Damn.
fled the scene in
Did
the
all that for
stolen
nothing.
Lincoln. They would then drive to a Boost Mobile store. Once at the store, Little Twan got out of the car, walked up to the counter inside the Boost Mobile, and pulled out two handguns, pointing them at an
What?
employee and a customer, and announced a robbery. The customer
What?
screamed and got on the floor, while the clerk opened the register and Twan stole the cash inside, before also grabbing several bags of cell phones and fleeing the scene. After
What?
the store robbery was complete, Douwey would get betrayed as his life would be taken by the people he trusted. Around
What?
11:30 a.m., a witness heard gunfire and saw the car crash into a tree near 87th and Saginaw. The witness then saw Fats and Twan get out of the car and run inside a nearby home.
Them
While
800
inside the
niggas.
home, a witness saw Fats, Twan, and other individuals passing around a duffel bag containing a rifle and talking about hiding their guns. Fats later
What?
told one of the people inside the home to call the police and tell them someone had been shot and killed in a car outside the house. Upon arriving at the scene, officers found the driver and a front seat passenger in the car had both been shot. They were pronounced dead shortly afterward, and numerous
Oh
boxes of cell
shit.
phones from the Boost Mobile store that had been robbed were found both inside and outside the car. The two men that were shot and killed were Douwey and Spook, and it was revealed that Fats and Twan killed them after they got into an altercation, presumably over the split of the money. The crazy thing
Wow.
about this is that Douwey was Fats' cousin. Just like Douwey was involved in the murder of his cousin Little Mister, another one of his cousins would be responsible for his murder. Shortly
Yo,
after
what
this,
the
Fats and
fuck?
Twan were arrested and charged with these murders. They are currently locked up, still awaiting trial. If
Yo.
convicted, they will likely spend the rest of their lives in prison.
Yo, what the fuck? Hold on, bruh. So this nigga Dewey fucked around, killed one of his cousins, went on a lick with one of his cousins and his homie, and his cousin came. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, Chicago is so fucking crazy, bruh. I said it before and I'll say it again. It's just death ridden, bruh. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. I don't know what's in the water out there. But it's your boy Sluu Hustle. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend.